everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to show you 7 different ways to apply transfer foil to your craft projects without using a machine. That's right, no machine at all. No mink machine, no laminator, nothing. And if you're not familiar with what transfer foil is, let me show you. This is a piece right here. This one happens to be teal. They come in a variety of colors. It's very thin foil. This is what the back looks like, but this is the color that's actually going to be showing. It's sold by a variety of companies, such as the Heidi Swap mink, which this is a tube with some foil pieces in it. And the piece I just showed you actually came from Cricut Udo. This is made for their screen print machines, but it really works for this as well. And let me look at my list here because I don't want to miss anything. ThermoWeb Deco foil is another one you can use, and Ranger also makes transfer foil. And I'm sure there's other companies out there that do as well. And this is what you can do with it. You can add that foil to your projects. That's just a butterfly, but you can do words, other images, designs, just a variety. And we're going to go through all of those today. I also want to say that one of my other teammates, Tasha, has done a video, and I'm putting the link below because she can also show you another way to apply this. So this isn't in place of what she's showing you. This is to add to what she has already done. And that's why I'm putting the link to her video below in case you want to see another way to do this. But right now, let's head on over to my craft table and get started. I'm going to be starting off showing you the simplest way to apply the transfer foil. And I say it's the simplest probably because most people have double-sided tape like scrappy tape or score tape or terrifically tacky tape. And so that's what we're going to be using this time. And I'm going to be using Heidi Swap's mink foil, but we are not going to be using the mink machine. I'm going to be using a variety of foils today so that I could show you how they all work. So in this tube is these really thin sheets of foil. And I'm going to, long sheet of foil. So I'm going to have that out and ready. I'm going to get out my tape, and I'm eventually going to be making a card out of this, so I have a reason for picking the skinniest tape I have. And I'm just going to line it up right here along the edge. And trim that right off. Easier if I turn it over. Okay. There we go. Let me move that out of the way. I like to make sure it's on really well. Then you peel off that top protective layer. And in this case I'm using gold, and with the gold side up and the dull gray side down, I'm just going to go right across that strip. Just press it down really good. No machine, no tools. And you lift it right up. And I'm going to show you, see how it came right off from there. You can see the part that's missing. And there it is on the edge of my card. Isn't that just a beautiful accent? And wasn't that really easy to do? The next way I'm going to show you to adhere the transfer foil is using dazzles. And most of us, if we've ever used dazzles, they're already gold or silver or whatever color. But I'm going to show you how to use their double-sided ones to use whatever color foil you want to use. And it's hard to see them because they're clear. This one is Borders. They come in many different designs. So I have hearts, flowers, cupcakes, leaves. Those are really cool leaves if you can see them. Snowflakes. Oh, those would be gorgeous, you know, for Christmas. Butterflies. Anyways, I'm going to put a link below to Paper Wishes so that you can check these out. And they come on a sheet. I've already cut off the piece that I want to use, just for demonstration's sake, so I didn't have to kind of just peel it off right here. So let me get this peeled off. And okay, here we go. Get my card over here and get this exactly where I want it, which would be right about there. Okay, and I'm actually going to use this piece of plastic to kind of put over it. There we go. And then I'm going to trim off the excess right here. And I didn't get it exactly as straight as I wanted to. It's hard for me to do this on camera. But now we're going to place the foil over it just like we did before. And I may end up showing you a trick here if this happened. Yep. Okay. If you miss a spot, you can go back and lay the foil right over the spot you missed and get it. So that's one of their trims. But this is just so easy to use, and I really love the dazzles because it already has designs already cut out for me. Okay, so far we have used double-sided tape and double-sided dazzles, and I thought you might like a break from double-sided things. So I'm going to show you how to use this Zig two-way glue pen. And I don't know if you could see that really good in this light, but it's going to create a raised effect. Actually, let me show you one that's already done. You can feel it, you can see it in person, not so sure you can see it on camera. But I'm going to show you how it's done. So, let me make sure my glue is coming out here. Okay. All right. So, let's see here. We'll just write okay. As you can see, it comes out blue. Let me see if I can get it without messing it up. So we have to wait till that dries and until it's no longer blue. And so I'm going to set this aside and I'll be back in a little bit to show you how this one works. Well, it didn't take long for this to dry. And I'll tell you a secret, even if you forget about it and it's 2 days later, it will still work. I found that out by accident once. So we're ready to put foil on there. And let me get my foil opened up. It seems to be sticking to itself. Okay, there we go. Here we go. I can see the word showing through. And there we go. Isn't that beautiful? So you can use that glue pen to write whatever you want, or even go around images that you have and just kind of outline them. That would really be beautiful. And here I did it in the hot pink, just on a scrap that I had. So that's one way of using that glue pen. Okay, back to double-sided adhesives again. This is a big 8 by 11. This is from 10 Second Studio. There are other kinds. This is double tack mounting film. Any kind of sheets that you want to use. And you can use them in a variety of ways. I'm going to show you this piece. This has already had stuff taken out of it, but the little butterfly right there, that was done with a punch, and that's how I did that little butterfly. Princess, which I no longer have because that went on a project a while ago, but that was cut out with my Cricut. So your Cricut can cut things out of this that you can use. And the heart was done with my Cuttlebug. So you can use a Big Shot or whatever die cutting machine you want. But I just wanted to let you know that you can use punches, Cricut, Cuttlebug, whatever to cut out of the double-sided sheets and use those. So here's the heart, and here's another heart, and I'm going to explain. This one, I actually applied the double-sided adhesive to my cardstock before running it through my Cuttlebug, so that when I take off this front, the back of it, isn't going to be sticky. But when I peel this off, this you can stick directly onto whatever you're doing. So there's more than one way of doing this, because you may not want the piece to stick directly on your project. You may want to be able to pop dot it up or something. So that's the difference there. And let me see if I could peel this off. There we go. It's really sticky, so I have to kind of be careful. And I'm going to use the gold again. I have a reason for this, so I'm going to put it on there and just rub it really good. You can see the image coming through. Let me see. You can see the shape underneath coming through. So you just rub it really good. You can see that it's all adhered there. And there you go. You have a beautiful gold heart. So you can do that with any image you want. Something that you've cut out, with your die cut machine, with your Cricut, with a punch, whatever you want to do. It's that simple. Okay, for this next application, I'm going to change things up a little bit, and I'm going to be using the UDO foil material. And we're going to use this pretty teal. So what we're going to be doing is, I have this really beautiful die cut, and I'm going to be spraying the front of that with a spray adhesive. And I really love this multi-purpose adhesive. It has never done me wrong. So I'm not going to spray right here in front of the camera and ruin my laptop and my camera. So just hold on 1 second while I go give this a quick spray. Okay, it's sticking to my fingers. So hopefully I don't get the glue off from it while I'm trying to lay it down here. All right, so it has been sprayed. And just like with the others, we want the pretty side up and the dull side down. So we're going to do a pretty side up. And I'm going to lay it right across and just rub it really good. I just use my fingers. I think I've seen some people use like, a little credit card or something like that, but I think my fingers do just fine. And just rub around really good all the way to each edge to make sure that everything is covered. It lifts right up. I'm going to show you. So that's how it takes the blue right off from there. And there you have a beautifully foiled image. And that was really easy. This time I'm using my Heidi Swap stencil, and I've taped it to a piece of cardstock and kind of blocked off the little designs I don't want and just left the hearts on there. And just like before, I'm going to spray it with the spray adhesive, and I will be right back. Okay, I sprayed it. And now I'm going to take that off. And you can't see anything on there, but let's try this. It's like magic, you know, you don't see it, and then you put this on and you do see it. Okay, let's see what we have. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? For this next application of the transfer foil, we're going to be using FlitterGlu. FlitterGlu is something I heard about on a Paper Wishes webisode, and they were using it to stamp images and apply this other metallic stuff that has nothing to do with what I'm showing you today. But I found out that it works really great with transfer foil. So the nice thing is you can use your stamped images, and I'm going to be using this beautiful butterfly right here. I loved all the detail on it. And this is from Hot Off the Press, which is from Paper Wishes. And I'll put links below so that you can find that. I'm also going to be using a different foil this time. This transfer foil is by Deco foil, and I like the rainbow of colors on here. Thought it would look beautiful with the butterfly. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some FlitterGlu right here. I'm using wax paper so I can just throw it away when I'm done and not have to worry about it. And I'm going to be using my Tim Holtz blending tool with a little foam blender on the end. You can use a dabber, a makeup sponge, whatever works for you. And I'm going to get the glue on here. And then I already have my image on the block. And I'm going to put some glue all over it. I'm just dabbing it on, making sure that it's well covered. And then I'm going to stamp the image. And be really careful to not slide when you do that. Be really, you know, just directly down and pushing straight down. Okay, I'm going to lift it up. You can almost see it on there. Okay, and next I'm grabbing a piece of this really pretty transfer foil, and I'm putting it over there, and I'm rubbing it down really good. I think on this one I am going to use my little squeegee type tool here. You can use a credit card or a gift card. I just want to make sure that it adheres really well. And as usual, you can see the image showing through. So let me make sure it's down really good. Oh, this is looking beautiful. I'll hold it up in a second and show you. It looks really cool from this side. Let me see if I could do this. without making a mess. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And that's not even what we're using. I still have to peel it off. I'm peeling it off very carefully here. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I love all those colors. It's perfect for this beautiful butterfly. And when I hold it up so you could see all the detail, you don't get to see the color because the light's not on it. But I just wanted you to see how it got every detail of the butterfly. This is probably one of my favorite applications of it because I can use my stamps. So I have a variety of images that I can use, or even words. Now, I will let you know something else. I did try a different glue. I tried this and I wasn't really happy with how it worked. So I'm going to have to say that the FlitterGlu will have to be the glue to use unless you know of another one. But on that one there, let me see if I can find it. I was doing a sample. So this one was FlitterGlu. The one you don't see was about 3 different tries with the other glue. So I would go with FlitterGlu if this is, the type of application that you want to use. This last method I'm going to show you is not my favorite. I thought it would have been, but it's not. I used Ranger sticky embossing powder. So it's just like embossing anything else. You take your stamp, you use your embossing ink pad, you stamp your image, then you sprinkle on the embossing powder and make sure your image is covered and shake off the excess, and then you use your heat gun. And you heat this until it is shiny, because it'll be clear, and you heat it until it is shiny. But one of the problems is you have to immediately put whatever you're going to put on there. So whether it's glitter or whether it's this transfer foil, you have to do it immediately, not like a minute later. So I wasn't able to show you on camera because my heat gun is in another location that would not reach over here. But I will tell you that it was not as easy as I thought. It did work. And, I think maybe with a little bit more practice, I might get a little bit better at this method. But it's definitely one you should try. I'd like to show you a card that I have been making as we went along. So this very first stripe over here was done with the double-sided scrappy tape. That next row right there was a border from the double-sided dazzles. This heart was from the double-sided adhesive sheets. And love was done with the Zig two-way pin. So all I did was add some ribbon and a bow. I ran part of this card through my Cuddle Bug with an embossing folder, pop dotted these on, and then added it to a black card that I haven't done the inside yet. But I thought that was pretty simple and yet elegant, and I wanted to share that with you. And then, just for the fun of it, I was doing this little starburst. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. And I really, really love the foil on that die cut. And I'm thinking it would make a great card. So I haven't done anything yet, but I was just looking at that thinking, what can I make? So I just wanted to share with you mostly my finished project so that you can see what can be done using the foil. Before we go, I wanted to point something out about the methods that I showed you today. Because they don't need a machine, That means they can be applied to things like a jar, something rounded that you couldn't have put through a machine, or to something solid like this frame that also wouldn't have gone through a machine. So there are a lot of advantages to these machineless methods that I've shared with you today, and I hope you give them all a try and have fun with your transfer foil. Thank you all for watching and happy crafting. Bye-bye.